Hello everyone, this is probably going to be a bit of a longer tarot reading. So yeah, just a heads up. Because I actually want to explain about why I felt called to do this tarot reading. As you can see, the title is Live by the Sword, Die by the Sword. So last night I was buying, or looking at buying a new journal or a notebook. I do promise this is going somewhere. I've almost completed the one that I've been using, and several years ago I made a promise to myself that I wouldn't buy a new journal until the current one was fully finished. And it doesn't, it doesn't matter what my handwriting looks like, how many spelling mistakes are in it, whether I wrote was positive, negative, emotional, messy or confusing. The only rule was that I had to complete it. And it didn't matter, again, how long it took, as long as I completed it. And now I've finished, I think it's my second one where I've completely committed to it. And it's actually, to be honest, it's actually a really nice feeling. It's kind of interesting to look back at what I've wrote over the time. It could be my dreams, experiences, emotions, my thoughts, and even like my little witchy premonitions. So anyways, I was looking at a new one and I noticed that the journal that I've been using is a strange size, but I really like the size that I've wrote in, that journal. So I started to type into Google what it says on the cover of my journal, and it says something like live by the sun, love by the moon, or something like that. And I typed in live and something came up, and I personally have never heard of this before. But then I strongly felt like I was meant to come across it. And what appeared was the saying, live by the sword, die by the sword. So for anyone who isn't familiar with it, this phrase is like a proverb that essentially means, I had to take notes about this, so I do apologise. It means that those who live through aggression, control or harmful methods often end up facing the same treatment in return. And it's actually, it's commonly associated with the biblical moments where during the arrest of Jesus in one of the garden, I don't know what garden it is, but Peter drew a sword and struck the servant. I think he tried to chop the servant, this high priestess ear. And Jesus responded by telling him to put the sword away, saying that those who draw the sword will perish by the sword. So, at its core, this saying points to the idea that violence begets violence, that what goes round actually comes round, and that method someone uses to gain power or control can ultimately become their own downfall. So beyond like physical violence, it can also apply to harmful behaviour such as manipulation, lying, intimidation, gaslighting, or using words as weapons, okay? And I actually found this incredibly interesting because it immediately connected to how I've been feeling, but also to the energy that has been coming through really strongly in the recent readings that I've been doing for the collective. There's been this reoccurring theme of frustration, anger, and deep desire to react to a difficult person or a group of people. And I actually do not feel that you are an argumentative or nasty or malicious person by nature at all. What I feel more than anything is that actually your patience or tolerance and understanding have been pushed to the limit. And you've really had enough. And that to me is exactly why this phrase came through so clearly, not as a warning, but as a guidance to pass on. So this is what this reading's going to be based on. The intention here really is to explore what guidance your higher self has for you when it comes to handling difficult, aggressive, controlling, manipulative or bullying type of person or group, okay? And this reading's more about how to respond in a way that leads to the best possible outcome. And in the highest and the most aligned way, not just for you, but for the whole situation as well. There's definitely is a strong urge to respond in the way that you've been treated, and I understand that. But remember here, it's very clear, live by the sword, die by the sword. I really believe that this whole reading, that I came across that to pass this message on this reading. Live by the sword, die by the sword. So, the question becomes, how does your higher self want you to handle this, okay? So for the animal, in the best way, okay, in the way that the divine would want you to handle this approach is for the highest and greatest good for all, okay? And sometimes that can be telling them to fuck off, but we'll see with the cards. So for the animal oracle card, we have Falcon Spirit. And with this message, it's really to act on the opportunity before you and commit to it without hesitation, okay? For the tarot, we have the Five of Pentacles, the Ten of Pentacles, the Ace of Swords reversed, and at the bottom of the deck, we have the Six of Pentacles reversed. So And there is definitely a lot of Pentacles energy in this reading, which kind of brings attention to grounding, stability, and long-term security. So this suggests that you're being encouraged to root yourself, to set firm, immovable boundaries around your time, energy, and physical space. And dealing with this person or this group of people may require you to stop speaking emotional validation. Not speaking, I do apologise. Stop seeking emotional validation. And recognising when something is costing you far more than it gives back, okay? Quick reactions, heated discussions or emotional confrontations are likely to resolve this. What will matter instead are actually consistent actions that protect your long-term well-being rather than feeding short-term drama. So I want to speak about sorry about this, because I'm 5 minutes into it, so I'm trying to be as quick as I can. With the Falcon spirit, I want to speak about this first, because the energy, speak about the Falcons, I'm just double checking. So I want to speak about the Falcon energy first and then move to the tarot afterwards, because the Falcon really brings this message that even though the situation feels difficult, challenging, frustrating, and emotionally heavy, it's actually part of your soul refinement, okay, whether you like it or not. You may be doubting yourself, feeling unprepared, or questioning your ability to handle this cycle or this person or this group of people, but you're actually being asked to step forward anyways, okay? There's really is a strong sense that once you fully commit, you'll be pleasantly surprised by the support that shows up in unexpected ways. Especially with the presence of the Ten of Pentacles here reinforces that. This card speaks of your support, legacy, and community. So if you see with the Ten of Pentacles, there are many figures of different ages in this card. We've got a child here, we've got the mum, the dad, the granddad, different types of ages and genders and everything like that. So that to me suggests that you're not meant to handle this alone, whether that support comes through people around you, unseen guidance, or your own inner knowing, okay? You will intuitively also know what to say or do when it matters. However, this does require your willingness to stay the course with your whole heart, okay? So I strongly feel that these people, this person is trying to distract you, sabotage you, affect you, because actually they really are seeing your potential and they're trying to stop you from that. And you're just being advised more than anything to keep pushing ahead, okay? You're definitely seeing these people are trying to drain you, bully you, or undermine your confidence. And that could be by trying to push you out of a job, block your progress, or interfere with your passion or purpose, okay? The details will definitely differ for everyone, but the message is the same. You are really being asked to keep committing to whatever matters to you and not to focus on how they're trying to affect you, it's easy for me to say that, and maybe it feels a bit difficult, but really, they really wouldn't be acting this way if they didn't see the potential or sense where you're heading, okay? So if you truly have nothing going for you, there would be no reason for them trying to bring you down. So in a strange way, this behaviour actually reflects awareness of your growth and direction, okay? And they don't like that. So take it as a compliment. Also with the Falcon energy, it asks you to remain open to change while staying focused. Keep being the grounded, generous, determined, loyal, authentic person that you are. And keep your eyes on the goal, okay? There may be people or situations that try and sabotage, distract or slow you down, but your task is to really commit commit fully to your path and fulfill that commitment the best of your ability. Avoid analysing the swell, their behaviour, or reacting emotionally. Just keep doing you. Do not change who you are for anyone, and stay steady and move forward with your purpose. And also, another thing with Falcon sees from above, okay, not from the inside the chaos. It doesn't waste energy reacting to everything happening below. It locks onto its target and moves with clarity and intent, okay? Even though the situation has been exhausting and emotionally taxing in some way, it's actually really shaping you. You may not feel fully ready, but you're actually being asked to move forward anyway. Support comes from after commitment, not before. That's what I really strongly feel with that. So, tarot-wise, I don't want to talk any more about the Falcon. tarot, we've got the Five of Pentacles, and that reflects the toll this situation actually has taken on you. It shows depletion, burnout, lack of sleep, and the feeling of being targeted or left out, okay? So this card acknowledges that this has been generally difficult and that this has actually affected you deeply. And you're not imagining it, and you're not also weak from feeling this way either, my darling. With the Ten of Pentacles, the energy shifts completely. It speaks of protection, again, stability and long-term security. Even if you're feeling isolated right now, you're not alone, okay? There is support around you, and what you're working towards has this lasting value as well, okay? And this challenge exists not to destroy you, but to strengthen what it is that you are actually building. Okay, with the Ace of Swords reversed reveals the nature of the opposition. This is distortion, manipulation, gaslighting, the misuse of words or authority. This is the live by the sword energy playing out, okay? So the guidance here is not to over-explain, defend yourself endlessly, or try and or get drawn into verbal battles. Nope. Clarity, restraint and consistency will reveal the truth far more effectively than confrontation ever could. In time, my darling, contradictions exposes themselves. With the Six of Pentacles reversed at the bottom of the deck, the message comes back to balance. You're being asked to stop overgiving and to reclaim your energy. What has been taken unfairly will be restored once you disengage from unequal exchanges. So overall, gosh, I'm so sorry about this. Overall, this reading shows that those who try and cut others down through manipulation, control, or harmful communication eventually face the consequences of their own behaviour. Your role is not to punish or correct them, but to stay aligned, committed, and focused on your own path. Keep being who you are. Keep moving forward, and do not abandon your integrity to meet someone else's dysfunction, okay? You do not need revenge, my darling, justification or validation, okay? Your steadiness, your clarity, and your refusal to engage in distortion are what protects you. Let them live by the sword. You're here to outgrow it. I hope this reading's helped in some way. Bye.